Hey there, hi there, ho there. It's me, Bear, the Gen X GM, and it wouldn't be us if we weren't a couple of minutes late, and you love it, and that's all you need to know. We were a couple of minutes late. Won't say why, won't say what happened. Say that we were a couple of minutes late, and that's okay. How y'all doing? Welcome back for another exciting episode of Star Trek Adventures USS Sojourner, or just Star Trek Sojourner. This is episode 3. Wow. Technically, it's episode 4, but it's session 4, episode 2. Get your brain around that, because there will be a quiz later. How y'all doing? Hope everything is going well. How's the crew?
Still struggling to figure out why Dr. Taylor's replicator isn't making a proper cup of coffee. It's very
just because it's very important. You all need to look at those. Look at that. The eyebrows, the ears, the whole 9 yards. Look at that. And then I want you to look at this sad sack. Just unbelievable. No effort. Minimal bullshit. Look at that. Look at that. Holy shit with their death. And then of course, just like his character, too cool for school. Shows up doing his own thing. And then the humblest captain in all of Starfleet, like me, is just rocking it freestyle, because that's how you do. And he's got do I have to put your cameras on other sides so it stops confusing people when you interact with each other? I think we're gonna
have people the wrong way. It's so stupid.
There, how about that? Now it looks right when you guys interact with each other. Wow. So if you're joining us, it is the second official episode of Star Trek Sojourner. It is the 4th session that we've played, so that's kind of fun. And we're not gonna gild the warp core any longer. We're gonna jump right into it. So with all bells and whistles aside, let us begin with an episode that is called Kam'Srit Riddle, and I believe there's a captain's log to be had.
Captain's log, stardate 57835.49. The Sojourner has been rerouted from scheduled check-in at Starbase 223 and are en route to the Arim Oridani system. It would seem a group of renegade archaeologists have violated Starfleet General Order 31 on the 5th planet, Centria. We have been given a dual task, a rescue mission and an arrest detail. This is a bit of a return to the past for me, as when I was just an ensign fresh out of the academy, I did my cadet course on board the USS Cygnus and was part of the away team that made first contact with the Centrians, a race of avian beings whose technology would be considered near to Bronze Age by Terran standards. Centria, while not under the blanket of the Prime Directive, it was decided by Captain Harrigan to place the planet under General Order 31, which forbids non-Starfleet personnel from having contact with the planet. Beyond that, the head of the rogue expedition is one Dr. Emil Pasternak, which records show was once the teacher of my own chief medical officer, Dr. Taylor. I am on my way presently to sickbay to see what I can learn as we race to Centria at Warp 7.
So as that plays over the shot of the ship racing through space at warp speeds, we cut inside to the captain walking through the corridor onto the deck and arriving and entering into sickbay, where Dr. Taylor is working away at his desk on his medical records. And you become aware that someone has entered. You look up. It is the captain.
Oh, good morning, Captain. How are you? Or maybe evening. I'm losing track of time here.
Dr. Taylor, can you tell me anything about your previous teacher, Dr. Emil Pasternak?
Pardon me, sir. I think I misunderstood what you said there. Did you say Dr. Pasternak?
Yes.
That's a name I haven't heard in a good 40 years.
Mm-hmm. Do you know, well, we are on our way to find him, actually. Is there anything that you would know about his personality that might present some reason for him to have violated Starfleet protocol?
Absolutely, sir. I used to know Dr. Pasternak quite well. Imo was almost like a father to me right before I entered into the Starfleet Academy. And we didn't part on good terms, and he has no love for Starfleet or the Prime Directive.
I wonder why he is still employed then.
That'd be a good question. He would be quite old by now. I'm surprised he's still kicking and doing things. Where did you say we're going to again?
We're going to Centria, which is the... Where is it? It's in the
System.
wherever it is.
The Lando system. I don't believe I know that one.
The meow meow system.
Oh yes, Aram Oridani system. It is a desert world, and he is supposedly there researching. Even though it is a what's it called? A General Order 31, where no one should be allowed to interact on that planet whatsoever. We are supposed to be far away from it. But for some reason, he and a team of scientists have violated this Order 31.
That sounds very much like Dr. Pasternak. He, like I said, he doesn't follow the rules. He will do whatever he can to find his discoveries.
I see. Is there anything that you know about him that might be useful in trying to find him? Is there something that maybe we could use as bait, as you might say?
Use as bait? Well, you seem to know the location where he's at. You don't know where he's located on the planet, though, I presume?
That's correct. Our first mission is to find him. Our second mission is to arrest him.
I might know somebody that knows where he's at, though
Why do you hesitate?
Well, I haven't spoken to her in nearly 40 years either, and last time we parted ways, it wasn't on very good terms either. And that was his daughter, Kareen, which I don't suppose you tried to reach out to her, did you?
I am unaware of this daughter.
Well, I don't know where her whereabouts are nowadays, but I'm sure we could check in Starfleet records and see if we could find.
That sounds fine. I think that the mission is more important than whatever it is that is causing your hesitation.
Of course, sir. Of course. Well, I will look into it personally, Captain.
Very good. The captain leaves.
So before we go any further, do remember that we do allow $5 super chats to either give them a reroll or to give them threat, but only here in my channel. So if you're doing it in other people's channels, it won't count. Keep that in mind. We had an amazing time last time where people were really throwing that around. It was really good to see. Everyone was having fun times.
Back and forth.
So, Dr. Taylor, are you going to be doing anything in particular at this moment in time, or should I go on to someone else?
No, so I'm going to tell Nurse Bethel to, look after things while I'm away and kind of rush hard. I'll wait for the captain to leave before I kind of lose my composure and tell the nurse, I got to go take care of a few things. You watch after sick bay while I'm gone.
So she just smiles and goes, looking up lost loves. Not a good idea, Doc.
I didn't know you were my therapist as well, but nurse.
Well, there's no counselor on board, so someone has to fill in for you.
Fair enough. We can talk about that later. I've got business to attend to.
Good luck.
So I'm going to try to look, whatever records. I could probably do that on my personal.
So you guys do throw around the word Starfleet a lot, but actually you should be thinking more Federation for this type of stuff that Starfleet's tapped into. For example, Pasternak doesn't work for Starfleet, doesn't work for the Federation. He's an independent archaeologist, and he can do whatever he wants, right? I mean, that's the beauty of this improving yourself civilization you live in. But you do have access to Federation citizenship records. And the last listing for Kareen Pasternak is Earth, France, south of France, Géderon in specific.
Is there any contact information?
Well, I mean, you can send messages anywhere you want. It's, send a message to this person and it'll get to them. That's the beauty of the subspace frequency network, I guess.
Okay. Well, I'm going to send a message to her.
Okay. It'll take a couple hours to go back and forth if need be.
All right. Well, you want me to record a message, or you want to move on to somebody
Yeah,
else?
I want to hear what you say on the message. I absolutely I think everyone wants to hear what Dr. Taylor's message is to his long lost love of 4 decades previous.
Dear Miss Karine Pasternak, you probably don't remember me because I was a much younger fellow back in these 4 long decades since we last met and parted ways. Now known as Dr. Taylor, Starfleet Chief Medical Officer. It seems your father has ran into some trouble, and I don't mean to trouble you in asking if you know about his whereabouts and his doings. Please respond to me as soon as possible. Much regards, Dr. Taylor.
Where are you sending this from? Your quarters, your office? Where?
My quarters.
Okay, so you're safe from persecution. Perfect.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Mwah. Fair. All right. With that, we will cut up to the bridge where Mr. Trow, Lieutenant Trow, is looking over the mission statement for what you guys are on about, and it's not. This is not good. What you're heading into. I mean, first of all, it's a planet that has been quarantined by General Order 31. Second of all, when you look at the list of the people that are supposedly associated with this rogue archaeologist, some of these people are coming up as, ex-cons. This is not, the best and the brightest of archaeology out here. It's a little much. So your names that you're seeing are Philip Brentano, Fumio Ishishara, John Durrance, Dallas Paradise, and John McGuffey. Paradise is ex-Starfleet, was basically dishonorably discharged during the Dominion War for striking a superior officer. John McGuffey served 5 years in Federation penal colony for robbery, of all things, which is an almost unheard of crime in the 24th century. But he basically was stealing power converters from Federation colonies and selling them to the Ferengi.
Oh, what a dick.
The others don't have any other existence other than a basic, Federation citizen profile.
Mm-hmm. What was the name of the guy who was stealing power converters?
John McGuffey. McGuffy.
I feel like he's who we need to follow.
Anyway, so that's what you have, Mr. Trowell. What are you doing with that, or are you doing anything in particular?
Oh, I'm going to forward it to the captain and to the XO.
So the XO basically is sitting in the center seat while the captain's off the desk, off the table. She sort of gets at her station. She just goes, gets up, walks over. What do you make of all this?
I don't know yet. Just something isn't right here. I mean,
Fair.
It's an interesting collection of people. They could pose a problem. They're not unskilled. They're not just rabble living on a planet.
No, but some of them look or feel like they're muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And a little more thing for you as she reaches down over the console and just taps a few keys, and the captain's service record, which is publicly available to anybody in Starfleet, comes up, and she just highlights his cadet cruise. The captain was on the first contact team that went to this planet we're heading to. Under General Order 31, his reports are sealed, as are all reports relating to it from the crew.
Why would Starfleet send us on this, knowing that there is a clear conflict between not only our captain, but apparently our doctor?
Because we are post-Dominion War, Mr., and we don't have enough ships anymore.
Well, I hate to say it, but we should keep an eye on both the doctor and the captain. They could be compromised.
The doctor. Why the doctor?
He mentored under one of the names here.
So computer, show me all relations between Dr. Jeb Taylor and Dr. Emil Pasternak. And his university record comes up that he was a undergrad student with the doctor in xenoarchaeology. Oh my. So the question becomes this. At what point are we keeping an eye on things, and at what point are we crossing a line?
I guess we'll find out. We keep it straight up. Let them know we know about their connections.
Well then, allow me to bring this up if the captain calls a meeting. And otherwise, mum's the word, and she heads back to the center seat.
Yes, sir.
Cadet Navia, Ensign Navia, command cadet, you were sitting in the ops chair on the bridge, watching sort of like out of the corner of your eye, this little confab happening behind you at the tactical station. You can see that Mr. Zimmer at his station was just like, trying to stretch his ears in that direction as best he could, but you can tell from the look on his face that he clearly was not getting what he needed. There he goes. But clearly something is afoot, and while you are not one for feelings, there is clearly a tension that has entered onto the bridge all of a sudden. Before you can say anything or even think to say anything about it, the doors open and the captain walks back onto the bridge. Commander gets up, she gives you back your seat.
I sit down. What is the estimated time of arrival?
2 hours, Captain, says Zimmer.
Make sure that you brief everyone on the ship about the planet Centria.
Commander goes, absolutely. We'll make it available to all stations. Though, that said, Captain, from what I've seen, there's very little information available about Centria. Most of it is restricted under General Order 31.
I'm sure that you can find some archaeological and other information that you can pass on to them.
Very good, sir. And with that, it's going to be a very quiet 2-hour flight.
As we approach, I will do the usual scan for enemy ships, scan for, any ships, not just enemy ships.
No enemy ships, no ships at all, actually, in orbit. The planet itself is a giant orange and brown ball. It is a Class M planet, but it is very arid. It is very dry, hot. There are cooler spots towards the poles where rock formations and mountain ridges exist. According to the files you guys have seen on Centria at this point, this is where the Centrians, the indigenous population, tend to make their homes, is in the rocky formations where there is more flora and fauna due to the higher levels of moisture and the lower levels of heat. The other thing that they talk about a lot when it comes to Centria in the notes is that it's basically very inhospitable. It does not say why the Centrians were not protected under the Prime Directive or why the captain of... damn it, now I'm forgetting my stupid stuff. Hang on. Of the Cygnus, why Captain Harrigan didn't... why he went with General Order 31. The other thing that's really hard is that there are literally no reliable mappings of the planet due to incredible and sudden sandstorms that change the geography in the blink of an eye. It's a very, very strange place. What you do have is basically the archaeologists missed a check-in with the free trader that they had basically booked to go there. And he has basically provided, he informed the Federation something was amiss, and he provided with the beam down coordinates for where they went. And that's about all you've got to work on, Trowel, from what you're looking at. For you, Davison, ain't nothing to see here. His ship's working fine. Keep her going. That's how it is at this point in time. For you, Dr. Taylor, I have no idea what's going through your head, but I'm sure we'll find out. And for you, Cadet Navia, you got a job to do. Do your job, right? So there we are. So as you drop out of warp, Zimmer goes, Captain, we are approaching Centria 5. Centria, fifth planet of this system.
Very good. Can we get some information? Please do some scans on the coordinates that the team used to access the planet previously.
So Lieutenant Muse is like, scanning now, Captain. Unfortunately, due to the silicate particulates in the air, scanning is difficult, though it does appear we have remnants of a campsite, perhaps a base camp, sir.
How close is it to the northern pole and the
North Pole?
what was it? Can't remember the cliffs of the Arctic mountain range.
The Arctic mountain range covers at least 1/3 of the northern hemisphere. At its closest point, I would say it would be less than 150 kilometers.
At its closest point, you mean the
camp?
the beam down? Oh, the camp. Okay.
Scan for life signs, and I scan the atmosphere to make sure there's no interference in case we need to use transporters.
Give me a roll, buddy.
All right, I'm in roll
I'm
20
gonna-
now, not with physical dice. So
this would be, let's say, oh, look, they changed roll 20 again. How nice of them. Where is the journals gone? There it is. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to need you to give me a insight plus security. 2. It's a difficulty of 2, though, due to the atmospheric conditions.
insight plus security. Okay, that's a 15, 2 dice. Okay, focuses.
What do you got?
They've changed the damn sheet around.
I know. It's the little book is the journal. No, that's not the journal. Sorry, the thing beside the journal, it looks like a hard drive.
I got my PDF here. Shipboard tactical systems.
It's not really tactical, but I'll allow it since you're using the tactical scanners on this one.
Okay. So
Oh,
3
that looks
dice.
good. Cody. Yeah, well done, Cody.
I have
So
rolled.
15. Now, why are you rolling 3 dice?
Well, I got 2 and then 1 more for the focus, right?
No, the focus just allows any die that comes up as your equal to or below your discipline.
Focus.
Your discipline.
Yeah.
In
Lets
any
it
case,
count
they
as
were all
two
successes. So the
successes.
first 2 dice were 6 and an 8 anyway.
What is your discipline, though? What is your security?
It's 5.
Yeah, so neither of those came under equal to or 5, so they don't count as 2 successes. But you get the 2 you need. Scanning is rough. There's a lot going on in this atmosphere. There's a lot of strange upper atmospheric ionization from the storms. You can get a transporter beam through, but it wouldn't be easy, and you're pretty sure communications are going to be a nightmare from the ground up.
All right, Captain. Transporters will be spotty. Communications will also be spotty. Recommend shuttle if we were to go down.
Checking my memory from when I've been here before, what was the method that I used to access the planet?
You guys just use transporters. It just required a little extra boost and a little bit of a punch through. But, you could send a transporter beacon down with the team that they can basically activate if they want to come up if there's any problems.
Yes. Yes, I would like to send an away team. Lieutenant Thrall, let's see, Nevea, and let's contact Dr. Jeb Taylor.
Yes, Captain.
Dr. Taylor, you are needed for an away mission.
Always at your service, Captain. I'll report to the transporter room right away.
Okay.
So your mission just right now for Lieutenant Thrall is to establish transporter beacons and just investigate the area and see if you can find any information about the archaeologists.
Understood, sir. And I'll requisition crew to bring me a transporter booster that I can take down with me.
So 3 going. Are you taking any extra security with you, or is it just going to be you?
Let's bring two guards as well.
All right. So Konam and Jenkins.
Okay.
All right. So with that, the 5 of you head down to the transporter room, or meet up in the transporter room. Cadet Navia, Dr. Taylor, Lieutenant Trow, Lieutenant Konam, and Ensign Jenkins. And, well, you guys step onto the platform, and as luck would have it, Davison is on transport duty today. He's hanging out in the transporter room. He was doing some power checks on it. So you see them all walk in, and that's an interesting thing.
You guys look like you're out for some fun.
Yeah, fun on an arid, windy planet. Good times. We have a duty to do, so get us down there one piece, please. The transporter signal was not great when I scanned it.
Okay.
Lieutenant Davison, I want to just compliment you, sir, on the replicators. The coffee was fine today, sir. Fine.
Not a trace of banana flavor.
Not a trace of banana flavor? Well, finally. Jeez, I've been chasing that bug for a week.
Which is a disappointment. I quite enjoyed it. It added something to my rectitude.
Lieutenant Konam, you could always just add that if you'd like.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. You do you, man. It's all good. All right. So, So transporter did some power checks. Everything seems to be fine. I don't think we'll have any problems getting you down there, Lieutenant. So,
upon arrival, we'll be setting up a transporter beacon to boost the signal.
That usually helpful, especially if you're worried about it. So,
yep, keep a lock.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to need a control plus engineering check, and I need 2 successes on that for a smooth transport.
Okay.
What's our momentum? Do we carry in over from last time, et cetera, et cetera?
I know I have a personal one.
Right. Yeah, Bunny gets a personal one. I don't know if it carries over or not, but you start with 5, and I get 2 for each of you for my threat pool. So my threat pool currently stands at 10.
That's a lot of threat.
Yep, I'm about to throw some if you don't play nice.
All right, I'm not ready to start burning our momentum yet. So let's see how sideways this goes.
Okie dokie.
Good idea.
We die.
All right. So control and engineering is 15. I got a 12 and a 10. So I got 2
successes. You have any focus that you can apply?
No focus that I can apply on this, but I got your 2 successes.
All right. So you guys feel the ever so familiar energy wave wash over you as you see the transporter room fade out. And then you start to fade in on the planet, but it's not the usual smooth transition where it just shoom and there you're there. It's like a boom. And the weird thing is that you start to materialize, then you dematerialize, you start to dematerialize. But each time you start to materialize, you can feel the heat hitting you from the atmosphere. And then finally, after an excruciating 15 or 20 seconds, you fully materialize in the middle of this arid plateau. It is easily 110 degrees, if not hotter. There is a wind that is doing nothing to relieve the heat or refresh you as it's bringing. It's like a Scirocco. It's a hot wind that's hitting you right now. It's daytime where you are. Every direction you look, all you can see is flat orange of the sands of this desert. This plateau is almost like a rocky outcropping type of thing that you're on. In the far distance to the north, you can see the shadow of a mountain ridge. It's a pretty impressive mountain ridge to be seen at this distance, to be sure. Around you is a base camp that has been set up and clearly not been maintained. Konam and Jenkins spread out and start doing their sort of reconnoiter of the area. What are the rest of you going to do? And I will tell you what you see based on your choices.
Good Lord, it's hotter than a pepper sprout in Juarez.
I'll get to setting up the transporter booster.
I'd like to scan for life sites.
Okay, so setting up the transporter booster is going to be control plus engineering. Scanning for life signs is going to be insight plus science.
Nice.
I'm going to do the same.
You're going to do the what?
I'm going to scan for life signs on my truck.
Same thing. Only need one success on all of this.
Ooh.
I got a 7 and an 18, so I think I'm good. I got a success.
Okay, that's good.
Is a 1 a double success or more?
Yes, it is. A 1 is in fact 2 successes. That is
Okay,
correct.
well, I have 2 successes, and that's it.
Okay, you have 2 successes and that's it. That's still
Yeah,
pretty good.
Got a 15 on my last one.
Do you want to, since you only needed 1, do you want to throw the extra success into the momentum pool or gain some knowledge?
Let's gain some knowledge.
Okay. The immediate life signs in the area there are none that you can detect. But more than that, there is distant life signs to the north and distant life signs to the south. The north ones are further away than the southern ones.
Okay.
That's all you're going to get out of it. But there is at the very extreme range, but there's nothing immediate. Taylor, what'd you get?
Oh, yeah.
One success.
1 success, nothing in your immediate area. So, Navia, you were saying?
Let me know.
Bunny, you were saying something?
I was going to inform who's with me.
Dr. Taylor, Lieutenant Trowell, and 3 security guys.
5 of us total, you said.
I
That's right,
announced to
yeah.
everyone that there are life signs to the north, and then there's life signs to the deep south. And I would like to call the captain or relay the information to the captain. Do we have comm stability?
Okay. Give me a reason plus command. You need 1 success.
Okay. That's a good one. I have 2 successes.
All right. Well, you only needed 1, so what do you want to do with that extra 1?
Momentum.
Momentum. Okay. Well, on the 1 success, you know that Lieutenant Trowell is in charge of this mission, so anything you want to say to the captain should go to him first.
Oh, my bad.
Otherwise, you'd be jumping the chain, and that's bad.
Then I head over to Lieutenant Trowell to make sure that that's a she.
He.
It's me.
It's him.
This guy.
Hello.
It says right under his head. It says Lieutenant Varad Trowell.
I let him know that people to there's life signs to the high north, and there's life signs to the south.
Understood. Can you identify the life signs?
Can I identify the life sign?
You can try again.
I will try again.
Which one are you going for, north or south?
Let's go for the north.
Okay.
I got 2 successes.
Okay, well, 2 successes. That'll be enough to get more of a reading on them. They are matching in the computer what are known, what are being listed under the records as the native Centrians.
The what? The Centrians?
Yeah, the indigenous people of this planet.
But it seems that they are the indigenous people of this planet to the north. And
Okay.
I guess I would like to check for the south now.
Okay.
I have 2 successes. Yay!
Definitely human.
Definitely human. And there are humans to the south.
Very good. Any idea of numbers?
Can I figure out how many?
No, you're way too far away to get anything like that.
We would have to get closer. Sir.
Very well.
At which point, Konam says, Lieutenant, you might want to see this.
Okay. I go. Am I finished setting up the booster?
Yeah, you succeeded. You set it up. So there's a little, dune thumper. Boom, boom,
Yep.
boom. No, I'm kidding.
All right. Then I'll follow.
But you got a little beacon set up. And as you head over, so basically the camp itself was their original base camp that they were working out of, and has clearly been abandoned for some time. The tents are full of sand and have been blown over. Whatever gear and stuff was here has been tipped over or covered in sand. But what Lieutenant Konam is calling you over to is what you immediately recognize as a moisture trap, which is basically a piece of technology designed to get whatever moisture you can out of the atmosphere. It is fallen over and there is a ragged split down the metal on the side of it, and it's bone dry.
With the tricorder, I start scanning to check the origin of the damage.
Give me a insight plus science, please.
Insight plus science. So insight is 10, science is a whopping 1.
Hey, Doc, you want to give me an insight plus security? Same for you, Navia.
Insight plus security.
1 success.
I was about to request not Navia, Dr. Taylor help me on this. My science is not the best, but his science is up there. So
you got 3 successes, Dr. Taylor?
What was
I did, sir.
Indeed. You only needed 1. What would you like to do with the extra 2?
More information with 1, and I would like to throw 1 in the momentum pool, please, sir.
Very good. Navia, where are you standing at?
Is a 2 also 2 momentum or no?
Depends if you have a focus that can apply.
I don't think so. I doubt that.
Okay, so then it's 1.
Okay, then I got 2 successes.
You got 2 successes. What would you like to do with the extra success?
No.
We're maxed out.
No,
Yeah, you got no more in the momentum pool.
Information.
Okay. So basically, before we get to you, Varad, you two notice that there are shadows in the sand.
Oh, shit.
You both got extra points. Therefore, you both notice there's a lot of those shadows near Ensign Jenkins, as if they're moving towards him.
We warn him, right?
Well, before you do that, Trow, what you've scanned on the tricorder is this was some sort of electro cutting, almost like an electro cutting torch, but it's very jagged for that type of thing. So either it was a sloppy job or the person was in a rush or something, but it just isn't a straight cut. It's very, 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 very weird. At which point, as Navia goes to say, Ensign Jenkins, and maybe Taylor's like, Jenkins, what have you, whatever you guys are going to say, out of the sand underneath him pop 3 things, creatures. They basically look like 2-foot-long armored silverfish to a certain extent. They have plating along their top and then like legs underneath, right?
Damn.
They come up and around him onto his legs and up his torso. You see the back end of them have what look like, earwig pincers, but as they fold their bodies upwards like this, backwards, almost like an armadillo, you see between the 2 pincers, electric charges start sparking as they start hitting him with the sparks, causing him to fall down. What are you doing, everyone?
Draw and shoot. I don't even think, just...
You're shooting at someone who has 3 things on him.
Hey, you might
at the 3 things on him.
Okay, so that's going to be 2 levels of complication that are going to be added to this because they are on him.
Yep.
Shooting them will be very difficult.
I got to set it to stun.
It doesn't matter. It's still going to be difficult.
Yeah, but it's not going to kill him if I miss.
Navia, what are you doing?
I don't think I would think that would be a wise decision. I probably is there any makeshift weaponry that I could?
I don't know. You got a momentum you'd like to spend to find something handy?
Yes, I do. I have my magical momentum.
You look down and there is a piece of basically metal pole that might have been used to hold up a still or something like that you can grab.
I grab that metal pole and I go smack one off of him, maybe?
So you're going to rush over to try and smack one off of him. Dr. Taylor?
I'm going to calmly go over there because I'm a Vulcan.
I'm drawing my I'm drawing my phaser, set for stun, but I'm also I'm observing this creature. It looks like it's covered in armor plates and all that stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Does it look like I'm going to use my focuses in xenobiology and see if I can see any discernible weak point on this thing that's not armored?
All right. So, Mr. Trow, you need to make a check. It is a range check, which means you need normally 2 successes against the creature. But because there are 2 complications, you need to have 4 successes against the creature. You can only shoot 1 on an action. To shoot others would require extra actions, at which point in time. To get extra actions costs 2 momentum.
Okay.
So sad.
So are you shooting 1 or are you going to try and shoot 2?
Let's go fancy. Let's try to shoot 2. I've got a personal momentum, and what's our momentum pool looking like?
A lot.
Got 6.
We've got 6. So
yeah,
I'll use my personal one, and I'll borrow one from the pool.
Okay.
I have a focus of hand phaser, and I don't know if composure helps, but sorry, I'm just trying to find my character sheet here.
Well, composure would allow you, I think, to spend determination if you wanted to spend that and get the free die that's automatically a 1, giving you 2 successes on one of the shots.
Let's do it.
Okay, so you spend your momentum. You're getting 2 successes on the first shot. You're going to roll your dice. You need 4 to succeed, and then your second shot with no momentum.
All right, so I got 4 dice for momentum.
You got 4. No, you've got your regular dice, but you had a free extra die that we never rolled that came up a 1. So it gave you 2 successes automatically.
Got it.
It's 92.
Okay. But I was using 1 momentum from the pool, and I had a personal momentum.
To take a second action. That costs you momentum. It doesn't give you dice.
Sorry, the system is... there we are. 2 sevens, so that's 2 successes.
So that's 4. So you hit one of them, and basically the beam hits it and reflects off of the armor, the armored back of it. Like you sort of try and hit it, but it's hard to hit them with the moving. And he's rolling, he's freaking out as these things are crawling on him, and it hits off the armor and deflects off. Second shot.
One's a success and one's a natural 20.
So the natural 20, I can do a lot of things. I can take 2 threat and throw them into the pool, or I can give you another complication. In this case, I'm going to give you a complication. And the complication is as you're taking the bead to get the shot, you miss the shot at the last second because you notice underneath your feet out of the ground 2 of these things coming up and attacking you from underneath. Bunny, Navia, as you're basically moving with dignified haste over to help him, the ground in front of you erupts, and 2 more of them come out directly in front of you and are going to engage you.
Okay. I want to try and smack them both.
So that would be 3 successes minimum, and 3 successes minimum.
I'm going to grab from the momentum pool.
So this is going to be, you need to roll daring and security.
Okay. What is my daring? Okay. Oh, I got 3 successes. I rolled a 7, a 6, and a 3.
Okay. How did you have 3 dice on this?
Oh, I said I was going to borrow from momentum.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that part. Okay, so you get your 3. So you basically hit in an arc, and you sort of hit the 3 of them and knock them flipping across the sand in front of you, at which Konam, who is not frelling around with stun at this point, just goes and vaporizes one of them with a disintegration shot. Right, Dr. Taylor.
Question, actually, are they covered in metal? Is that what it is? That what?
No, they just have armored plating that sort of shimmers to reflect sunlight, keeping them cool in this horrible environment.
How many are left now, or how many total are in the scene?
So currently there is 1 from her, 2 on him, and 3 on him. So that's 6 still active. But as Dr. Taylor's about to discover, there's about another 10 under the ground coming up. But Dr. Taylor, you were going to roll something to try and find a thing.
Yeah, so I was going to see if there's any discernible weakness on these things.
So that's going to require 3 successes on your xenobiology, sir. So that's going to be insight and medicine.
All right, no problem. I'm going to spend a momentum.
You have a focus that applies.
Xenobiology.
That means anything that comes up as your medicine or lower counts as 2 successes.
15. All right, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay, would you like to cash in that extra success as momentum or take extra knowledge?
Extra knowledge.
Okay, so as you're looking at them, you do take a brief moment in your mind to go, impressive evolutionary. Like these things are evolved. They are, other than underside, their entire upper and sides are that weird armor plating. When you saw her knock them across and you saw one of them flip over onto its back right before it got disintegrated by Konam, you can see that looks like there's some sort of meaty ridge where the legs are that run down the middle of it. The extra success, though, is where you notice that its head. So at the tail, it had that electric stinger. At the head, there's a weird tube. And as you sort of think about it for a second, you hear a gurgling sound come from Jenkins as you see the ones on him have inserted their tubes into him. And as you watch in that oh-so Star Trek way, you see his skin start to sink in as they're draining all the moisture out of his body. And they're getting fatter in that section underneath that I was describing to you. That's swelling like almost like a bladder. Back Trow, you had 2 coming up on you. They're going to get their first attempt on you before you get to try and stop them. So let me go ahead and...
Lieutenant Trout, the weakness, the underside. And don't let them grab you.
Okay. They get 2 successes. You need to beat 2 successes on daring plus security to block their attack and not get attacked, not get hit by them.
Oh, daring, my best attribute.
Because he's such a bold guy.
Is it daring or it composes us? Never mind. Okay, so security, however, is good. So I need 12. So I need 2 12s. I got 2 12s. Or
so you managed to sort of,
yeah.
You managed to sort of like use the butt of your phaser to knock one of them away and kick the other and sort of step away from the other one. And as you do that, you can hear the rumbling as you see more of them are starting to come up out of the ground.
We need to flee.
Cadet Navia, it is your turn. You have no threats immediately on you. What are you choosing to do?
Is there anything happening back at the ship? Are we seeing all this stuff?
No, you're not seeing any of all this, and you have no communication right now. Sorry, gentlemen on the ship, you're going to have to wait a moment. Yes,
I had an idea.
What's your idea?
So
Brian?
they set up the transporter beacon. So while I'm checking to make sure that there's an established link with the beacon so that we can transport them if needed, do I detect anything like, suddenly phaser fire and things are going off?
I am going to ask you to spend a point of momentum to have this momentary lapse of genius. So that's going to cost you momentum, and then I'm going to need insight plus engineering, since you're using it to scan for that type of thing.
Okay. How much of my momentum do we have?
Ask Cody. He's your momentum captain.
We have 3.
Okay, so I'm burning 1 to do this. I'm going to burn an extra 1 because I've got to get a 12. So
okay.
I got an 8 and a 1 and a 15.
Successes.
Yes, so I've got
8 and 1, so that's 3 successes you got in total.
Yeah,
because the 1 is 2 successes.
Right.
So, what's your engineering?
My engineering is 4.
Okay, yeah, no. 4. Okay.
It's the best.
What's your medicine, Taylor?
5.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's your primary thing, bro. But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. There's a reason why you were on the crap ship before. Just saying.
Exactly.
So yeah, you are detecting phaser fire suddenly in that area.
Then I'm gonna immediately ring up to the captain and second in command for security. Hey, the away team literally just beamed down, and we've got phaser fire. There's something happening down there.
Can you get a lock?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, you have a lock. That's what the beacon's for.
Right. Yes, we have a lock. We the first thing they did was set up a transporter beacon, Captain.
Can we beam them onto the ship?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Give me engineering and control. Actually, this is pretty bold. Daring and engineering. And Bunny, you're no longer allowed to talk after the rock lobster. Your speaking privileges have been revoked.
Can I do control instead of daring?
No, you cannot, because this is not a controlled situation. This is a bold situation.
All right.
You didn't get in trouble. You just got a little.
Then I'm gonna burn our last momentum because my daring is 8, my control is 11. So
God, dude, with the starship.
Right. So I need a 12. A 2, a 3, and a 14.
A 2, which is under what focus do you have that you think can apply?
warp field dynamics?
Nope.
No. Yeah. Electroplasma power systems? Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right, so 2 is
Or
a success.
Starfleet protocol. I don't know. I'm throwing it out there. Maybe.
Hang on a second. Just no, it broke. It
Okay,
didn't start far enough.
I
Sorry,
figured I'd
man.
try.
Nice try. Okay, so you got a 2, a what, and a what?
2, a 3, and a 14.
So the 2 and the 3 count as successes. The 14
Correct.
is
2 successes.
over. Yeah. So 2 successes. So I'm going to eat your 2 successes. No momentum for you as you manage to basically lock onto the away team and beam them all up to the platform. As you guys suddenly find yourself standing on the platform, and Conan just looks at you and he's like, send me back.
Captain's orders, Lieutenant. I mean, that, and we don't know what's going on down there, but it's generally a bad idea when phasers go off right when you transport down.
And on the floor of the platform with you is a very desiccated, dehydrated, and dead Ensign Jenkins.
Dr. Taylor, give us a medical roll. No, just kidding.
He's dead, gentlemen.
I tell you, boys, this one's no more. He's an ex-red shirt.
Well, he's a gold shirt, but that's beside the point.
Oh, gold shirts. Pardon me.
I think you guys need some retraining in protocol and decorum. This is a man's life here who's been lost. And you're making jokes right over his corpse.
So Conan looks at you and goes, it is a body. It is not the man. He died with his eyes open, facing his enemies. A warrior's death.
That may be so, but that doesn't mean they should be telling jokes over the dead man's body.
Would you prefer they cry like women?
It would be a lot more respectful.
Forgive me, Lieutenant. My blood fever is up.
Anyhow,
If there's nothing more, I will...
what
profile
happened
my
down there,
report.
guys?
Sand creatures. Why didn't they turn up on the tricorders when we scanned the area?
So, Dr. Taylor, you're pretty sure that has something to do with the fact of that armor plating basically blends them in with the local environment.
Are you able
I think
to?
it has something to do with their armor plating. It's deflected our senses.
Can you modify the tricorders to pick those things up? Now that we have a, do we have a dead bud? Do we have a specimen? We don't
You don't have any dead bugs.
Ah,
Sorry, nice try,
There's
but
laying
nope.
down. There's one laying there. We could get.
You don't
No, that's a
have
dead
it
body.
there.
no, that's our
dead
guy.
body, not a dead bug.
I'm wondering if we can transport one up into a secure location and then study it.
You're pretty sure that wouldn't work with the interference of Brian. If they're not showing up as life forms on sensors, it'd be mighty hard to pick out a 2-foot armored bug under the sand on the planet through that would be impressive. I'd have to say I'd have to go to the full limit and say 5 successes.
Oh, I was going to say, I mean, we've got the
There's all
transporter
the
beacon
legends.
still on the ground, and they probably haven't burrowed in the dirt yet.
So transporters require locking on to something. Unless you want to beam up a whole bunch of desert planet all of a sudden, you can beam it to a cargo bay. And hope you get lucky.
Let's not do that.
Chuck, do you have any motion sensors we can beam down and set up remotely?
There should be something in inventory.
Meanwhile, on the bridge, as you're having that conversation, the XO looks and goes, Captain, the away team is back on board. Would you like to go down or shall I?
All right, we'll go down.
Very good, sir. As you get to the turbolift doors, Lieutenant Muse looks and goes, Captain, a large storm is brewing in the area. Time is of the essence.
Very good. I go down to the transfer room.
So as you walk into the transfer room, he's going, can we send down motion trackers? And you're like, I think we have something in storage. And the captain walks into the room.
Okay. Do I know anything from my history about these bug creatures?
That's going to be a reason and a science roll.
Okay. 9, so 12. I get 1 success.
So they are called by the locals agrubs. And they basically, as far as you know, they normally live in the edge of the mountains and the desert. So for them to be that far south into the desert, something would have had to have attracted them there, a source of water.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All
Just
right.
a thought. They were burrowed under the ground. It seems to be the natural habitat. I wonder if we were to transport to a more safe location, say something more rocky, they might not be able to get to us.
That's good thinking. I'm wondering if we can lay out some bait, some water, to maybe draw them towards if they're attracted to water or moisture.
They are definitely attracted to that.
So Conan just looks and goes, Captain, and sort of nods his head at you as you've walked in.
Turn, stand to attention, Captain.
What are you talking about, bait?
They're insect creatures that came up from the ground. They killed Jenkins.
Yes, the egg grubs. It is strange that they would be so far away from the mountains, so far south. They are attracted to water.
We've noticed. Sir, with your familiarity of this planet, is there anything else, any other local fauna that we should be aware of?
No, and it shouldn't have been an issue at all where you were located.
Real quick, I rush out of the transporter room like
Mhm.
like I'm on a mission to get something.
Okay.
So
So it would be you're looking for a specimen, I assume.
No, we're just looking for ways to distract them if they come again. Dr. Taylor suggests we beam down to rock. They can't burrow through rock, I assume, from what you know of them.
That is correct.
That
There's
is
sand.
correct. Did you find anything else while you were there by chance?
We didn't have time. They attacked almost immediately.
Oh, am I there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We found life signs, Captain. Human and native.
Where were the human?
South of the transport location.
Thanks.
Did you get how many there were?
We were too
No.
far to tell.
Okay, I'm calling back to the deck, to the
bridge.
Yeah. Please scan for human life signs in these coordinates.
Attempting to scan, Captain, says Lieutenant Muse. As I was mentioning, the storm forming is interrupting all scans.
Where is the storm in relation to the coordinates I've just provided?
Descending upon it rather rapidly. The perimeter of the storm has already reached that area, which is causing the interference. I estimate no more than 2 hours before the storm hits that area full.
Is there any cover or anything there?
Attempting to get a topographical scan. Odd. Captain, it appears that there may be some sort of artificial structure of impressive size.
Lieutenant Trout, do you feel that a dangerous mission is on your schedule for today?
Apparently so. Where the hell
Who would
Chuck
you
go?
like to bring with you? Please find a minimal away team.
Absolutely. Konam, you're with me. We'll need 2 more security officers at least.
I come back in the room.
Vacation wants to go, apparently. I want to go.
Bring
the cat.
Bring the teleport, the transport beacons.
I come back in the room and I've got 2. I'm making this up on the fly, by the way.
Oh, this will be good.
I come back in with 2 kind of like suitcase looking devices. I'm like, all right, Lieutenant, I think this might help you. It's an annular biomimetic particle discriminator. It might help you be able to, detect these things a little better.
Very good. Dr. Taylor, are you coming with us?
Of course. I was going to volunteer my services if you'll have me.
Well, we might need you because you are a contact with their apparent leader, I think. So
yes,
that's why you
and
came in the first place.
what I've seen, you might need some medical attention down there.
Indeed.
Have you heard from the daughter of this doctor? Dr. Taylor.
You got one message that was returned, which was a recording saying, "Hello, this is Karin. I am not available for the calls at this time as I am away on expedition with my father and will be not back for at least a 2 or 3 month period. Please leave a message. I will contact you when I return."
I believe she's down there on the planet.
Oh. Okay. We should waste no more time.
No, I want to arm the team with phaser rifles as well.
Brian, if Chuck isn't going to go on the away mission, you have the quick start, right?
Yes.
As a PDF. Check in the end. There's pre-mades in there. There should be a security officer. Just grab them for stats and use that as your security guy that's going down with them.
Okay.
I believe there's one in there. There should be, because the starting mission had pre-mades, pre-gens.
The quick start, the one that you sent me, or
No, I remember the folder I shared you with had everything in it.
okay. Okay. Yep.
You should have the Star Trek quick start in there. There it is. Start quick start, printer friendly 1.1. Let me just open it up and take a quick look and see if the pre-gens are in here. Yes, they are. If you go to page 28, you'll see pre-generated characters. It'll say Chief of Security. It's an Andorian. You can just use his stats.
Sounds great. I'll have it up.
Yeah, and make him an Andorian. Have more fun with that.
Exactly. I like
Ensigns Brown and Maran report to engine room number 1 for an away mission.
Wait. Do we really want to put the Andorian on the desert planet? It's a little hot.
So there's no what's the word I'm looking for? Brain freeze. There is no they don't have something that's like, hey, hot makes me bad. There's none of that in there. Don't worry.
Hot makes me bad.
Hot makes me bad. I'm Andorian. I punch anyone named Archer the minute I get hot.
That was cool spring weather for Nevaeh.
You look like an archer,
Vulcan is very hot and arid, so you were just at home.
Given that there's literally, other than the Ushan tradition of dueling, there's nothing else in this that gives them any benefit for being an Andorian. So you can make him any bloody race you want. It doesn't have to be an Andorian, but his name is, would you say Emran?
Maran.
Maran. Your name is Maran. Be whatever race you like.
Should we send Nevaeh to just so that...
Your call.
You're the captain.
Well, I know. I was asking that at a meta level. Do you want her to take another character, or do you want...
No, as a command cadet, this is good stuff for her to go on away missions, because she needs to learn all this stuff, right? So that's what the thing is.
Yeah. And we need some lower decks to push around.
Yeah,
His presence has proved to be an asset on both away missions that I've been on with her. So yes, she is welcome on my team.
Very good.
I appreciate your kind words.
Both away missions. You've only been on one.
One away mission, 2 sessions.
So you got what you just had as a successful away mission? Very good, sir.
I didn't say successful. I said it was an away mission.
Oh, that's right. We did. Yeah.
I'm not arguing.
You clubbed a bug.
Very calmly,
Exactly.
I might add.
Vulcan's and it's not going to be a Horta Pedar, eat a bag of dicks. Hortas are not in Starfleet. God. And Dwayne ruined it. Anyway,
All right. So I armed the team with phaser rifles as well. A little more kick.
For the security guys?
Yep.
Okay. And maybe type 1s or type 2s for the rest of them, as opposed to the little pocket phasers, give them the actual pistol phasers.
Yes.
Well, the dustbuster phasers, but you know what I mean.
We're gonna need a little more firepower against those things if they turn up again.
Okay, so everybody who is in security gets a type 2 phaser. Everybody who's security gets a type 1 and a type 3.
I have a security officer character as well. If you wanted me to use that, or you're going to keep me busy on the bridge.
You're about to get very busy.
Very good.
Trust me on that one.
Awesome.
So with all of your fun stuff, you guys are getting beamed back to the transport beacon because it's the only safe place to send you.
All right. Scan for any rocky formations near the transport beacon.
The base camp itself was built half on a piece of plateau rock. The problem is the sand blew over it, creating about a foot of sand for them to burrow through, right? So it's once you get there, it's going to be sort of trying to clear sand away, basically, type of situation.
Bring a broom.
Dustbuster phasers, man. That's what they had in TNG. The ones they held like Dustbusters.
Yeah.
They're ugly as sin, but whatever. 24th century. Okay, so you guys get beamed back down with the transport beacon. You only need to make one success on that beam roll there, Chuck. Control and engineering.
I'm beaming them down to the building, not to where they were before.
Navia, there's not going to. No, you can't beam them down to the building. The storm is way too powerful there.
Okay.
No way you're beaming in. I said you got to go to the transport beacon or no beaming.
Okay.
And just before you even get to that road, Lee would be like, with that storm, we can't even fly a shuttle down there. Like there'd be no way to take a shuttle down.
Can we transport a big barrel full of water?
Yeah, that should be easy for you, Chuck.
Okay.
Replicate and then transport a barrel full of water to distract these creatures.
Phasers on kill and have them at the ready as we go down.
What if we miss? Oh.
All right.
Well, at least this time they won't be on us first.
So you guys beam down a barrel of water. Ooh. And then you beam down your away team. Chuck, I need that roll.
Okay. 12 and 19. So that's one success.
Okay, so again, it takes about 20 odd seconds to materialize. And as you're materializing, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, do you wish you guys could talk to people, because all around you, as you're materializing, are Centrians. They are an avian race. Think sort of Akakora or whatever they're called from D&D. Arakocras, but they're more long, lean. They have the same type of shiny sort of skin that reflects the heat. They have very large wings that are not feathered, but are sort of they almost look like tinfoil to a certain extent, and they have sort of that rainbow reflective pattern of oil, that sort of like that sheen to them. They have bird heads, long taloned feet, long taloned hands. They all have strange looking obsidian spears, and one of them is far more plumaged out and way more impressive looking, as they have got you completely surrounded as you beam into the middle of them. And from there, we're going to go back to the bridge. The commander, basically, as you're walking onto the bridge, she just goes, "Captain, may I speak to you in your ready room quickly?"
Of course.
You walk in. "Permission to speak freely, sir."
Of course.
"Have I done something wrong?"
No, you're needed on the bridge.
"Sir, you've left a tactical lieutenant in charge of an away mission. He hasn't even been to command school, sir."
But he's so good at this.
"I understand, sir, but I can't help but feel I should be leading that away mission. If there is a reason, I would like to know why I was not sent down."
I appreciate the question. I am not at liberty to explain that to you right now.
"Very good, sir. That's all I had to say, sir. Permission to return to my duties."
Please.
And she walks out with a slight frosty air behind her. Yeah, you sort of think about that for a minute. As meanwhile, back down on the planet, aliens. I'll see if I can get you guys an image of what they look like to make it a little less my shitty description and a little more, hey, this is what they look like. Give me a second.
Yeah, I was just like thinking about like a plucked chicken or something.
Well, not far off.
Oh, okay.
Looks like an outtake from Heavy Metal.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So there's not a Queen soundtrack playing in the background.
No, it's more of a Sammy Hagar.
Okay.
No. So they have surrounded you. The wind is picking up and whipping. Over where your barrel of water is, there's like literally dozens of these bugs on it. So you also see on some of these Centrians dead bugs on the ends of their obsidian spears. And the bugs are getting fat. They're getting real fat off all that water. What do you do, Lieutenant Trowell?
Okay, well, hold is like, do you speak Do you understand our tongue?
Hang on a second. I got to give Padar a little bit of garbage. That's Diane Duane's bullshit writing, and I'm not. No, just no. No fucking Horta in Starfleet. Thank you. Now, back to the goddamn game, if you don't mind, nerds. Because actually, those books are not canon. All right, so you were saying you said so you say that, and they sort of are looking at you, and then the one with all the plumage makes a trilling, chirping sound at you. Did anyone think to bring a universal translator with them?
I thought they just came with a shuttle.
Yeah, I thought everybody had them all.
Yeah.
We didn't take shuttle.
I'm gonna. Can I spend a point of momentum to say I did in my medical bag?
Yes, you can.
All right.
How much momentum you got left?
That was the last one. But it seems like that would come in handy right about now.
So as basically you take it out and turn it on, it takes the train and goes, "Why was the deal broken?"
What deal do you, of which I can't speak? What deal do you speak of?
So it and it makes a chirping, trilling noise at them. So now the translator is going between both of you. And again, he replies, 3 generations was the promise of Harrington and Novak. Why has the deal been broken?
We're not aware of any deal. We came down to investigate something else.
So they start chirping all around, and you guys are getting like bits of it. They lie. It's a trick. They're here like the others we saw before. They've killed. As you realize something's happened here.
I tell them, if there was a deal brokered with one of our people and it's been broken, we will investigate. But we need more information.
So he sort of puts his talony paw up to silence the others. Navia, you feel a touch on your mind as he does that, as you realize they're psionic, and he's just used a calming effect on his group.
Okay, that's interesting.
And he just trills, and then it comes back as, "Are you with Harrington?"
No, we're with Novak.
Then bring Novak here to answer for this. Tell him Ventrak demands it.
Awesome.
Dun, 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 dun. Quick commercial break. Anybody needs to get a drink? Now'd be the time.
Okay.
That was so.
His camera starts shutting off.
That was so 60 Star Trek. It was fucking awesome.
Thank you. You're welcome. I'm gonna get a quick refill on my drink. I'll be right back too.
Did you see my private chat message, Brian? No, you're not Brian. You're Sean.
Yep.
Did you see my private message?
Oh, yeah, bro.
Okay.
Sorry. Snack.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'm eating Centurion beetle cookies.
Delicious. Oh. Which one? Okay. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Hello, Cody.
Howdy.
You okay, man?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
And I would also like to point out we have a couple of celebrities, semi-celebrities in chat.
Oh, really? Who do we have?
Michael Dismuki. If I said that wrong, Michael, I apologize. You know, who was a writer on Lower Decks, and we've also got Patrick. We've also got Patrick hanging out in chat.
Nice.
So,
well, Pat, I knew Pat was going to show up because Pat's good people. But Michael, it's nice to meet you. Welcome
Patrick
aboard.
Stewart, awesome.
Patrick Goodman, but we'll call him Patrick Stewart anyway. I answered your question, number one.
Number one, I have to take a number two. Just kidding.
Wow. TMI.
That was a joke.
It was still too much.
It was too much, even though it was fake.
No moleste, no moleste. It's dismayuk.
Yeah, I don't
Miyuk or Mayuk?
I don't either. You can go turn it off.
Okay.
And me, Dale Russell, the heckler.
That's true. We can't forget Dale. Dale's a semi-celebrity around these parts.
Supervillain name would be the heckler.
The heckler.
He doesn't do anything. He
camera.
just hangs out at the superhero fights, just talking shit about everybody.
And just smiling.
You.
Bye, Pedar. Take care. I hope you and your Horta enjoy your lives together. Well, see now, I was all ready to like this guy, and now I don't know. I don't know. Well, we'll call you Mike and leave it at that. Or wait, the Horta comment, we'll call you wrong and leave it at that. Anyway, all right. So back to the fun. So we come back from commercial. What are you doing, Trow?
All right. So we've just told them that Harrington's not with us, but Novak is. He wants to address Novak.
And that Ventak is the one who is called. Ventrak is called for him.
All right. All right. Tap the communicator. Captain, we have a situation.
So it's a spotty communication. So it's a little bit of over what he says, but you can hear him.
The indigenous peoples here are wondering why we've broken the agreement. The leader called Ventrak wants to deal with you.
Can you do me a favor, Captain? When he says the name Ventrak, I'm going to need you to make a control and command check. I just need one success.
Now that's you name somebody named Ventral.
Sorry, Ventral? It should be Ventrak. Did I put Ventral? Did I make a typo? Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me make sure I didn't make a typo.
That's why I was looking confused.
Hang on. Looking over your notes.
About your time on Centria.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Oh, that's a typo. I meant to hit a K, not an L, so we'll just go with Ventral. His name's Ventral. There we go. Typo carries over. It becomes canon now.
Right. All right. So what am I rolling? I'm sorry.
Sorry, real quick, Mike. I don't hate Horta. I just think they're not Starfleet officers. That's the dumbest. Diane Duane had a crystal snowflake as an officer in
They're
one
like,
book. Please.
They're like less intelligent dolphins. You know, there
are dolphins thanks to lower decks.
No, I know. That's why I said little less intelligent. That it like the Horta always seemed to me like it's an animal, just like a really smart animal.
Murderers, assassins, strike back.
So
okay.
No,
I'm with you for no Horta. Star Trek.
So control and
what's nerding out. Ventral, yeah, it's Ventral, not Ventral.
Right. And I'm rolling control and what?
I'm a carbonist. Awesome, thank you. You are not of the body. Sorry, what were you saying, Brian? Jesus Christ, Zane.
Control and what?
Control and command.
Oh, okay. One success.
So you managed to control your facial expressions on hearing the name Ventral.
Mm-hmm. I will proceed to the transporter to transport down.
So as you start walking, the commander's like, Captain?
I will be on the planet.
Aye. So you leave. You go to the transporter room. You guys are down there waiting. It's tense because there's like a good dozen of these guys, and like they're either flying in the air or they've perched on whatever outcroppings they can have, and they're all just staring at you with these black eyes, and they're not talking anymore. It looks like you are now in détente, waiting for the arrival of Novak. And well, Cap, you beam in.
Okay.
And you see all of these Centrians, and then you see the one furry, sort of not furry, but plumaged, more sort of ornate one. And he basically is looking at you, and you're looking at him.
I take in the scene, kind of looking around, and take a big, deep breath.
So you know that this is a wind host that is with him. This is a war party.
Okay. I take a big, deep breath. It smells so good here. I've missed this place. Ventral, my friend, it is good to see you again. I'm sorry that we come at such unwelcome circumstances. We are here to extract the humans that have already come here so that we can uphold the agreement.
So he sort of stares with the black eyes as you're like, there was your Hail Mary. And then he trills, and the translator comes in with 3 generations was the deal Harrington made. That deal has been broken. Now we have those. Blood has been spilt. Centurions have been killed. But we have one of theirs.
Oh, that is good. You found one. Hopefully you can help us find the rest. We can get them off of this planet, and you will never hear from us or hear from them, especially for the 3 generations, as was promised.
The Molestria must make the decision. You and yours will be brought. Do not resist.
We will not resist. You are my wind brother.
That remains to be seen. We shall take you now with us. And, that means they're going to give you a little lift over to the Scree, which is their community. At which point, all of you see them flying around you. All of a sudden, as they take the airs, he makes a sharp trill that does not translate. And remember I showed you they had their feet were quite long? Well, you all feel someone grab you by the shoulders with those feet and pull you off of the ground. Is anybody resisting? Conan does not look happy with it, but he's like, and holding it together.
You'll be even stronger when you get through this, Conan. If that's possible.
No, we don't resist, but I put my my phaser away onto my belt. Make sure it's secure. I don't want to lose it.
Well, you also have the Type 3, right?
Yep.
That doesn't really go on the belt.
No, but my hand phaser.
Yeah, that's fine. Did you decide on a race for Moran there, Brian?
No, I was. We're going with Andorian. It's fine. I was just making bad jokes.
Okay. So with that, you guys are flown north about 100 kilometers, and they move. Like, you are moving at this point in time. Navia, I need you to make an insight, and I guess in this case, I'm just going to have to call it medicine since there's no real psionic stat. But I want to see if you notice something. You only need 1 success.
I got 3 successes.
Okay, well, with the 3 successes, you only needed 1. What would you like to do with the extra 2?
Momentum, because we don't have any.
So you're throwing 2 in the momentum pool. Kim says she feels left out. Well, tell Kim we love her. And she can play Star Trek with us anytime she wants.
Yes. She can guest star.
She can be the counselor. That'll be great. We'll add a counselor to this mess.
Trek is famous for guest stars, so we're going to start doing the rotation of guest stars, starting with Kim.
Yeah, exactly. Kim will be the first guest star coming in playing Zoomvluvu. And there we go. A sentient plant. Now, who likes to bang pots and pans. So you guys fly over this desert. Sorry, you got 1 success. That storm is building, and it's pressing on your psionic mind.
Ouchie, so it's a psionic storm?
Taylor, I'd like you to give me an insight plus medicine, please. You only need 1 success, Taylor.
No successes.
Uh-oh.
Lost in thought, because Kareen's on the planet. All right, we'll let Morale, or what was his name? Marin? What'd you call him, Charles?
Moran.
Moran, give me the same thing. Insight plus security for you. You're muted.
Okay, so I'm Moran. So you said what were the 2 again? Sorry, I was
insight and security. Yeah,
So
you're playing Moran right now. That's correct, sir. And
insight and security. All right, so 13.
Okay, tribbles are also not in the Starfleet. You can tell her. There'll be a fucking Horta in Starfleet before you'll see a tribble. Vincent Fluffy, what do you think?
9
Okay,
and a
I
10.
don't
And
know.
I need
Anything? I got nothing.
I've got 2 successes.
2 successes. You only needed 1. Would you like to use the other one for something or throw it into the pool?
How many do we have in the pool now? 3 or 4?
2.
Just
2.
You know what? Let's get some more information. I think we need it.
Okay. Well, you can see first there's a trickle of green blood coming out of Navia's nose. Just a little trickle of green blood. The extra information is going to be related to her, which is what I was asking you to roll for. She looks like, normally Vulcans have this very sort of like
stoic
face. Hers is a little more just like barely perceptibly pained, as you basically, Navia, are starting to get a headache from this pressure that is building on your psionic
Just
lobe.
like, I can't keep my composure. I'm very good at composure.
Yeah, you can try, but he's an Andorian. They have really good awareness.
Well,
That's why the
he's an
antenna are
Andorian.
forward. Anyway, with that, you guys go whipping across the desert and then approach the mountains and find yourself, as you get closer, you see more and more of these Centurions in the air. And eventually it winds up being like a flock of crows flying all around you. One of those like giant flocks you see sometimes, as people seem very fucking interested in you all showing up. As then you basically come into what is their village, and their village is actually really nice. It's all made out of rock and what have you, but they use tools and they create things, and they, you know, there's like rope bridges and hangings and all this kind of stuff. It looks like they don't fly everywhere all the time. And then basically they land you guys down into what is like a central court area, and then they all start perching around, and like the translator can't keep up with all the trilling. It's just it's overloaded with the amount of information it's receiving. And you see Ventral sort of standing there, and then this really old-looking Centurion, like, you know, thin, like they're thin already. This one's even thinner. Think of like a Skeksis, but less disgusting, but like that kind of like old, right? Exactly. As comes out of one of the sort of the huts, leaning on again one of these staffs, but like Ventral's, this one is much more ornate and much more impressive than the ones the others seem to be carrying. And Ventral just sort of holds up his, and all the chirping and trilling stops. And the old one comes walking up to you, Novak. Makes some noise. The universal translator then goes, fuck off, Sean. Jesus Christ. Yes, that's right. The universal translator says, fuck off, Sean. It's as the universal translator just goes, you are recognized as the one called Novak.
Do I know his?
You have.
Do I know his name?
You don't recognize this one at all, but then again, you never visited their village, really. Like, you hung out with the wind host on the outside.
Right. It is beyond a pleasure to meet you, and I am very sorry for the intrusion.
Your actions will determine the fate of not only the others, but those assembled here. What say you for the violation of the deal made with the one called Harrington? 3 generations we were promised. No federation. 1 generation, and here you are.
In an effort to honor the deal, we came here to extract the humans that came here against our own will. My purpose was to find them immediately, get out of here, and you'd never see us again for those 2 remaining generations.
Is not the Federation the same? Your feather responsible for all within your host?
Yes.
The actions of one reflecting on all?
It would be convenient to summarize it in that way, because we do have individuals who will do things against our own directives these will be punished as a result of their misgivings.
We will let you speak with the one we have.
That would be very accommodating of you.
You and 2 of your wind hosts may enter. The rest will remain here.
Captain, I'll go with you if you wish. We might want to check on the condition of the hostages.
Yes, I think that you are my first choice. Then Nevea will be my second.
All right,
As
Captain.
Conan just sort of whispers to you, Trow, wise, leaving us here to perform a rescue if needed.
Mm-hmm. Keep calm. Play it low. Play it low key.
Of course.
Okay.
So,
I want to just sort of visually assess these creatures. Look for the weakest ones. Look for ones that might be timid. Ones that could be a problem. Just sort of size them up.
I'm going to need you to give me an insight and security. And to be quite honest, given how alien they are,
Very hard.
4 successes minimum.
All right. Well, my insight is 10. My security is 5. So that's a 15. But let's see. Does investigation as a focus help?
It'll help.
All right.
But there is a complication that they are extremely alien.
They're alien, yes. And of course, I don't know how the values work, but how does the value apply to the roll?
So you rolled a 6 and a 15?
I haven't rolled anything yet. I'm trying to
So you
decide.
roll your 2 dice, and it has to, if they're under your 15, it counts as 1 success. Because you have a focus you're applying, if it's equal to or under the focus, it counts as 2 successes.
Right.
And
So
values
automatically too.
Values actually don't add to your dice. Values are more like just giving you how your character's supposed to act.
Yeah, I think values can tie into momentum.
You can use values to spend a determination, and with determination, you can spend them to do various things, like actually buy an extra die.
Yeah.
Got it.
If you buy an extra die using determination, you get 2 successes automatically because it's treated as a 1 is on the roll.
right.
Now, how many determination do you start with? Do you get unlimited determination, or you only get 1 per session?
I think you start with 1.
Yeah. Now, who spent the determination earlier? You used earlier, so you have no more determination.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
That's what there we are. Yay! We're learning.
do we have any dice in the pool? I was going to borrow momentum from the pool to give me three dice.
There's 2.
2 in the pool.
All right, I will take 1. This information might come in handy. So, and 6, 13, and 5. That gives me 4 successes.
So with 4 successes, you needed 4. You can. It's really hard to pick out who's timid or who's weak. I mean, the young ones maybe, but you are noticing there's a very, 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 very different stance between half of the wind host and the other half. One half looks to Ventral always is whatever he does. Their eyes are always following him, looking for their lead. But there's another half of them that are just like defiant. You can feel the way they're looking. They just have that sort of like, we don't agree with him type feel to them. So there's clearly a schism within this society right now.
All right. I just quietly to Konam, it's like point out the ones that seem defiant. Say they seem to be, shall we say, rebellious. They might not follow his orders. They might be our best first target. Keep those in mind.
Indeed. Meanwhile, you 3 get brought into the little sort of stone chamber area, and you see tied up and quite worked over the worker that you saw on your files as John McGuffey. He looks like, central casting thug heavy, circa 1986. You know what I mean? He has that look to him. He just sort of looks up through, like he's got one eye swollen shut, and he's like, Captain, you've come to rescue me. I've never heard of Vulcan chortle before. That was
Hey, that was internal.
I know. Well, I don't know. I recall Trow giving them shit for out of character jokes earlier, so I don't know.
Yes.
I didn't make any.
Anyway, so yeah.
So looking at the so John McGuffey, one step at a time. Why are you here on this planet?
We were hired by Pasternak to be diggers and laborers.
What is it that you are digging for and laboring for?
He found a tablet. It had a map, directions to a something the Kam'Srit. I don't know. He keeps talking about it, but his accent is so weird.
It's his obsession, Captain. Dr. Pasternak is obsessed with the Kam'Srit.
Yeah, that's it. Kam'Srit.
While the captain is talking to them all, whatever's happening, I approach the injured men and start scanning them over and see if I can do anything to help them.
So, dude, it's like he lost a bar fight.
Yeah,
he's in no danger of dying.
Yeah, I just want to make sure,
Yeah, no internal injuries, no internal bleeding. He just got worked over.
Gotcha.
It's up to you if you want to do anything for him at that point in time, but
yeah, I'm gonna help him out any way I can.
You can give him a little shot of painkiller to reduce the pain, and that'll be about it. Otherwise, healing is where he's gonna have to go. I mean, if you were back in sick bay, you could use protoplasers and stuff to heal everything, but here on the planet, shot of pain, a little, psst, and then he's good to go. Anyway, so he.
Yeah. So how did you end up here? What did you do that caused you to be captured?
We didn't do anything. They attacked us.
Are you aware that you're not supposed to be here in the first place?
I ain't Starfleet. I don't care.
I see. Then no, I am not rescuing you.
Whoa. Did they just
Whoa.
set him?
Whoa.
That'd be the proper Vulcan response.
I was gonna say we have a very emotional Vulcan on our hands.
Yeah, that would be the indeed. You gotta rescue me. You're Starfleet. You do the right thing. We broke the law. Arrest me. Come on.
So you want to be arrested? Why?
Wow.
They killed Paradise. They're savages.
Oh, they killed a guy named Paradise.
So one of the guys on the crew is the ex-Starfleet guy, Dallas.
Okay.
Paradise.
Okay. And what were you doing that caused them to kill Paradise?
They attacked. We defended.
Why?
Because they attacked. That's why we defended.
Right.
You expect us to stand there and get slaughtered?
And why again do you want to be arrested so badly? It's not so bad here.
They're murderers. They'll kill me.
Captain, can I add my 2 cents? I do not. Whatever the crimes these men have committed, and we can judge that once we get them back to the ship, I still think we should take these men with us. They all, after all, do not belong here.
I just give Dr. Jeb Taylor a look. Where are the rest of your men?
They made it inside that temple thing.
What's the temple thing? Tell me about it.
It's like a ziggurat. That's the name he used. Ziggurat. It's big. Deeper in the desert.
Is there a one of these guys in here with us, or is it just the four of us?
There's 2 guards and the old man who are the elder that are watching you.
Okay. I turn to the elder. Are you aware that the rest of the men are at this ziggurat?
So he trills. They violated the sacred place of the creators.
This is a heinous crime indeed. Are they still there as far as you know?
They are and guarded.
Oh,
they
good.
Cannot leave.
Oh, good. So you captured them.
No, we've contained them.
I see. Have they hurt any of your people?
2 were killed.
This is unacceptable.
Agreed. What is the penalty in your federation for their crimes?
They will be put on trial. And then I don't know.
So there is no death penalty in the Federation.
Right.
That's the first thing you need to know.
Of course.
So they'll, of course, be sent to a penal colony, and they'll undergo counseling and therapy to try and adjust the ways of their lives. But ultimately, for murder, if they cannot be rehabilitated, they will spend their life incarcerated. Like, that's the biggest threat of the Federation, is we take away all your freedom. And Sergeant Dan just threw out a reroll, so we're going to throw that as a momentum into. Actually, we're going to make it 2 momentum in the pool. Thank you, Sergeant Dan.
What do I know about their punishment system from my
trial by combat?
That could be fun.
Right.
But they also allow the system of champions,
which is
you can ask for someone else to fight for you.
Yes. Okay. So we have our own style of trial by combat, but it's mental combat. They have to defend themselves, and evidence must be provided. In that case, if they are found to be guilty, then they will be punished essentially for the rest of their lives. I don't know if that to you stands as horrible as dying in combat, but for us, this is almost worse than death.
You're going to give me a presence plus command on that one to see if he's going to buy that line, because it's good, but we're going to see if you can convince him, because, you know, for them, death is the ultimate. Like, there's no issue to worry.
Okay, so you said command?
Presence plus command.
Presence plus command. Ooh, wow.
Do you have any focus that can help you?
Diplomacy.
That'll work. So anything under your anything equal to or less than your command will count as 2 successes.
Okay, so it's a 17 that I'm going for here. His presence is high.
Do you want to use any of the momentum to get an extra die?
Yeah, I'll use 1.
Okay. Cody, how much do they have left in the pool now?
Got 2 left.
Okay. Thank God Sergeant Dan bought you 2.
3 successes.
3 successes. So
wow, good job.
You can. You only needed 2. So that third one, would you like to cash it back in or get more for information for it?
How many are we down to now?
2.
Info.
All right. So basically, he looks at you and he goes, "The word of your federation is weak right now, but we will give you our own trial to see if you can succeed. You have until the twin suns set to gather the others from the temple. And if you take them, we will obey your laws, and you will not return for 2 more generations. Federation."
This is a very agreeable decision.
We will keep this one until you succeed or fail. But know this, Novak. If you fail, none of you will leave Centria. Dun, dun, dun! And that's where we're going to call the session at 9:46 as we go to be continued in 2 weeks. All righty, friends. You know what time it is. It's time to go into Discord and send me your votes for MVP, please, on the Discord. And everybody watching in the chat, thank you so much. And once this is over, you'll be able to put comments on the video. If you're watching this on the replay, we'd like to know who your MVP was for this session and what your favorite moment was. And those who are live in the chat want to tell us right now, you are more than welcome to. But it may influence their voting.
It may influence their voting.
I'm only accepting your vote money if you say it the way you typed it the first time.
Brian.
Because it's funny. Brian, I vote for Brian. So you're a person.
I vote for Brian.
You voted for Brian. Why did you vote for Brian?
Oh, we're really asking me this question? I like the jargon, the technobabble. God, he just pulled that out of his ass and it was beautiful. That's also my favorite moment.
Was him coming up with techno jargon babble bullshit?
Oh, yeah, so good. I love it. It's the best.
Thank you.
All righty, fair enough. And that was also your favorite moment. Great. Zane, who'd you vote for and why?
I voted for Dr. Jeb because I thought he played up the ex-girlfriend perfectly.
You did.
True say. True say. And what was your favorite moment?
Probably the battle with the bug things, and just it kept getting worse and worse and worse. So that was great. I like the
And then
ramping
Chuck
up.
saved the day of all things, eh? It's
Yeah,
like you're getting worse and worse, and Chuck's like, "Fuck
Oh,
that!"
I like that too.
And he wasn't even there.
And he wasn't even there. Exactly. It was good work. All right, cool. Brian, who'd you vote for and why?
I voted for Zane because he got a lot of scenes today, which is fine, but he played them really well. So I just liked what he was doing. As far as the favorite scene, I like the combat as well, just because like every time they seem to do something right, you're like, nope, just kidding. Keep throwing you under the bus.
Well, yeah. It's the first act. You're not allowed to have success in the first act. All right, fair enough. Mr. Cody, who'd you vote for and why?
I voted for fucking Sean again. He's so damn good. And also, my favorite moment is when he called us out, stepping out of character, and it pissed me off because I had no retort for that. But it's also why I'm giving him the MVP, because he was just totally in character the whole fucking time.
Well, it's really fun because Sean's such a nice guy and Trowell is such a prick. Like, he's such an uptight prick. It's awesome. Like, if you haven't read his log entry for the last session, please read it because it's hilarious. It's like I can hear Sean's voice in character. We're saying this. This is awesome. Okay, and your favorite moment was again?
Well, I'll give two favorite moments. One was Sean calling us out for breaking character.
Sure.
In character. And then the second moment was all the interactions with the bird people. And so I'll almost give a second MVP to you because those role-playing moments with the bird people were really good.
Cool. Awesome. Sean, who'd you vote for and why?
I went for Chuck this time. I mean, in my message I sent to you, I said for running out of the transporter room when the captain was there without acknowledging him, which breached protocol, but just in general for being on the ball and for technobabble. I always love the technobabble.
Yeah, so what you're saying is there will be a recommendation for a retraining on protocols sent to the commander to get to Chuck. Got it.
By the time we're done this series, everybody will have had a recommendation for protocol training.
Yeah. So basically, in the corporate's model, you're the guy who wants to put everybody on a personal improvement plan. You're like, pips for everyone. Beautiful. And your favorite moment again, sorry, was?
Oh, favorite moment. Oh, the bugs coming out of the ground. That was very, very horror movie-esque. Especially when I shot them and it bounced off. I'm like, oh, crap.
Ah, crap.
There goes my action hero moment. I was going to go, bam, bam, nope.
No, that's okay. Jenkins was born to die, so it worked out perfectly.
Leroy Jenkins!
Leroy. Actually, his name was Sal. Sal Jenkins from Brooklyn, don't you know? Anyway, listen, fantastic job all around, guys. You played very well. Clearly, some people had to wait their turn for stuff to get to them, but that's the way it's going to go always. That's why I haven't been pushing the secondary characters thing so much, because ultimately it's my job to keep your primary characters engaged whenever possible. But we'll talk about secondary characters should we ever get to a point where there's a need for them, like with Brian grabbing the security guy. So, because, there's no reason to bring Davison down to the planet right now. So it's okay to have him there with someone who can do something. But otherwise, we'll work on that later. Thank you, everybody, for watching tonight. We really appreciate it. Thanks for the super chats. Don't worry, the momentum carries over to the next session because it's still one adventure that we're currently going through. So you have how much left in your momentum pool right now?
We have two.
And we took into consideration the two that we were gifted.
That is the two you were gifted.
Oh, okay.
that's where you're at. We're going to pick this up again in 2 weeks with part 2 of the Kam'Srit Riddle. Hopefully we'll see you then. Peace.
Wait. Who took the MVP? You didn't.
My God, you're right. It was Brian. Got 2 votes tonight. So Brian gets MVP.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Sean. So, Brian, that's 1 extra momentum personal for you next session, which you can use for Chuck or you can use for the red gold shirt you're having at the current moment.
Hooray.
Hooray! So that's it. Now I'm going to say it. I'm going to say peace, love, geek, and live long and prosper. Prosperity and long life. We'll be back in 2 weeks with part 2. What the hell is going on? It's comedy. Nothing.